guys, how are you all? I hope you're doing well. It is so hot in California. I am so overheated, but I did want to hop on and film something for you guys. And so since I really haven't been wearing that much makeup recently because it's been so hot, I've just been like taking that as an excuse to let myself sweat and kind of like detox and open my pores and all that good stuff. And I just don't want to be dealing with makeup and having to worry about it melting off my face or anything like that. So since I'm not wearing a lot of makeup, I thought instead we would do an empties video because I have filled up another box of empties. You guys know that I love my products and I certainly use them through. I always try and finish a product before I start a new one, especially when it comes to skincare. So I have a decent amount in here that we're gonna go through. And if I get like hot and stuff, we might have to take a break. It's like the first time that I have the blinds open. Usually I have everything shut so that it stays relatively cool in my little house because we don't have air conditioning, which is fine for most of the year, but on these like outrageously hot days, it's a little bit miserable. So I'm gonna try and move pretty quickly through it and I will let you guys know if I would repurchase or not repurchase. And yeah, let's get started. So the first one is really three, and it is 3 of these Wildfires Skin Food Body Butters. I don't know how long I've been collecting this box for, but I can tell you I already have another one of these in my bathroom right now. Jared and I both use these, so that's probably why we're going through them very quickly. However, I don't think there's a ton of product in here. I do think you go through it pretty quick. If you have dry skin like me and you like slather it all over your body, then this is not going to last you particularly long, which is kind of a bummer because it has a huge price tag. It's about $20, which is a lot for a body lotion. So this is kind of one of those products where like if you can splurge on it, I would definitely recommend trying it. I don't think it's actually going to be for everyone because it's a super thick balm. It's not as thick as their traditional skin food, but it is a thicker balm. As I'm getting into summer months, I'm noticing I'm using less and less of it just because my skin isn't quite as dry, but certainly during the winter time, this is one of my favorites. One other cool thing about Wildfires is they actually have a recycling program themselves. So I personally go to the Credo that's local to me, Credo Beauty, because they work with TerraCycle, but Wildfires, I believe, has partnered with TerraCycle as well. And free of charge, you can send any of your empties back in a box. You just go on their website, you can download a shipping label, pick any box you want, toss it in, drop it off at a UPS store, and they will recycle it for you. So that's a super cool program. And yeah, although this is really expensive, I would give it a try if you're looking for a nice body butter. I did actually just buy the new one because there's a 40% off sale at Whole Foods if you're a Prime member. So keep your eye out for deals and stuff like that. But this is a nice body butter and it's probably worth trying in my opinion. Okay, next empty is on the opposite end of the spectrum. It's much more affordable. This is the Schmitz Lavender and Sage Natural Soap. Now I actually finished it. It's a bar soap, so all I have is the box. But I talked about this in a favorites video and I really loved this bar soap. I felt like it did a really good job of cleaning my armpits. If you're a natural deodorant user, you might know that sometimes some natural deodorants work and some don't, and when they don't work, sometimes it's hard to get that kind of like smell off of you and feel totally fresh again, and this did a really good job of that. I just really liked it. I felt like it didn't dry out my skin. Some bar soaps do. Very moisturizing, and I would definitely repurchase this again. Really, really like it. Schmitz is a great affordable brand. It's also really accessible. They sell it in a lot of places, so I give them a lot of credit for that. Okay, first water break of the video. It is hot. Moving right along, less exciting but very important, toothpaste. This is the Tom's of Maine toothpaste. I pretty much only use Tom's toothpaste, and this is actually a travel size. I found it super handy to have with me when I was traveling. Obviously, it's really nice to have a smaller size to fit in your bag. This is the fluoride-free Fresh Mint. Really like it. Continually repurchase Tom's of Maine toothpaste. That's pretty much all I've used for the past few years. If you guys have another toothpaste recommendation, let me know in the comments because I would love to try another one. I just like find Tom's very accessible and easy to find, so I just tend to reach for it. The one mistake I have made is I've bought like the tooth gel instead of the paste. There's a distinct label that you need to look for the paste because the gel for me was just like weird. I didn't really like it. I felt like it had a really weird aftertaste, whereas the paste is much better. So just keep your eye out for that, but otherwise really, really like this. Okay, next Empties is this Buddha Butter Suds of Love all-in-one bathe, shampoo, and shave. So I actually bought this specifically for the shaving purpose. I hate shaving, like in general. I just think it's like so annoying and takes such a long time. Give this video a thumbs up if you agree. But I was trying to like make it more luxurious and fun and intriguing, and I didn't have any shaving gel. I usually just use soap. So I thought I would pick this up because it would work well just as like a soap in general, and then I could also shave with it. And I found that it was actually really nice to shave with. I liked it. I did try shampooing with this and I didn't find it super effective. Perhaps I would take this camping with me or something like that so that, you know, you don't have to bring a whole bunch of stuff, but I don't think I would reach for it on an everyday basis to shampoo my hair. However, it does make a nice body wash and a shaving cream-esque soap. It's like a thick lather to it, so it's nice when you shave and your skin feels moisturized by it, but it doesn't kind of like clog up your razor, if you know what I mean. Sometimes soaps or like thicker oils can do that, but this definitely doesn't. Personally, really enjoyed it for shaving. Liked it for washing my body. It wasn't my favorite body wash, and then didn't find it very effective as a shampoo. But again, if you're going camping, if you need an all-in-one product, check this out. But definitely for shaving, I thought this was nice. I went through it really quickly, actually. That was one of the downsides of it. It didn't last very long. Okay, this is another Wildfires product, so you guys can tell I really like their skin food range. Let me just like undo this. As you can see, I squeezed out all of it. So this is Skin Food by Wildfires, and I just love this for my hands. I have super dry hands, always have, especially during the winter time. And so for me, I use this at night, sometimes throughout the day. I have like a little travel size that I keep in my purse. So if my hands are feeling really dry, then I just put a little bit on and it makes a world of difference. So if you're suffering from extremely dry skin, whether it be on your face, your elbows, your hands, your feet, all that good stuff, then this is a really great product to check out. It's really nourishing. Again, it is a little bit pricey, so I would look out for those sales because they do tend to have them a lot. But I really like this, and I really like the Skin Food range. I haven't tried any of the Skin Food Light, I think it's called. It's like a lighter version of this because this product is incredibly thick, so a little goes a long way. A lot of people use it on their face. I've only ever used it on my face when I have very, very dry patches, or for example, after having a cold or bad allergies, you know, when you get kind of that dry, sensitive skin around your nose. I've used it on that, but I've never put it all over my face before, just because I don't need it. I don't need that level of hydration, but some people do. And so there's also a light formula that's a little bit less thick that I think is meant to be more of a face product, whereas this is more of like a hand, foot, elbow kind of product for me, and I think for most people. Next skincare product is this Osmia Black Clay Facial Soap. Again, this is a bar soap, so I don't actually have it with me. It is completely finished, but I do have the box. And unfortunately, this didn't work for me. Part of me thinks that it was in combination with the other products that I was using, but I just didn't find it as effective to wash my face. I think I used this as a second cleanse, and it really made my skin feel quite dry afterwards. Now, I was using this during the winter time, and I have sort of said that my skin is super dry during the winter time, so maybe a bar soap isn't gonna work for me during that time. I definitely give it another try because I think Osmia is a beautiful brand, and I think they have wonderful products, and I know their spot treatment worked super well for me. So I know they make great products, and I know this will work for some people, but it just wasn't the right product for me, wasn't the right time. Jared ended up finishing this for me, and he really enjoyed it. He thought it was fine, didn't dry out his face, all that good stuff. So worth checking out if maybe you have more oily skin, but if you tend to have drier skin, then I probably wouldn't recommend this for you. But I'd be curious to look into what other kind of facial products they have because so many people rave about this soap. So I know that it does work for some people, but it just didn't work for me. Next skincare product are these Lazerne exfoliating pads. And this is a brand that was completely new to me. I had never heard of them before, and I tried these pads because I had gotten a facial somewhere and they recommended them for me, I believe, to kind of help with texture. And I really, really loved them. I thought they did a super good job of helping me with texture. It was a very gentle exfoliation. Again, was very sun sensitive after using these, so you need to be careful. And always wearing SPF the day after that, all of that. Just being really good about SPF while you're using these. But I use these about 2 to 3 times a week, and I found that they did such a good job in reducing the amount of texture without drying out my skin. Definitely noticed the day after applying it. So, you know, I'd apply it at nighttime, sleep overnight, and when I would wake up, my skin was so much smoother and also a lot brighter, which was really nice. It had like a healthy glow to my skin and it felt supple, not dry, and I didn't have any sensitivity to these pads, which was really wonderful. So I am curious about this brand. It's sort of like a clean clinical brand. That's what I would categorize it as, but I've heard good things about some of their other products, so I'll definitely be checking out more of Lizern's products. I'm realizing this is a very skincare heavy Empties video as usual. I just go through skincare so much faster than makeup. But the next empty is probably my favorite out of all the empties that I have tried. This was the sample I got to try from One Love. So it says like Balm #1. They sent it to me as a lab sample. It's just a super cool, crazy experience to have a brand hear my feedback. It was some of other people's feedback as well, so they were already working on reformulating it, but they reached out to me and said, hey, we watched your video, we saw what you thought, and we want to send you something new that we're working on to see what you think. And they sent this to me. It was super exciting. I really, really loved the reformulation of this balm, and it was a great first cleanse. One Love Organics is just a really cool brand. They also have a great cleansing oil, which I'm totally obsessed with. The smell of this was really wonderful. Again, super lightweight. I did need to take a washcloth to actually remove it from my face. This is not something that I found emulsified underwater at all. You do need that manual exfoliation, like a washcloth or something, to take it off with, but I personally enjoy that, and I usually do that anyway. For example, I'm using the Pi cleanser right now. Is that how you say it? Pi? P-A-I? The Rose Hip Cleanser, I think it's called. And even though it emulsifies underwater, I still take it off with a washcloth just to get that little bit of exfoliation. Okay, I promise there are only a few more skincare products and then the rest is makeup. But this is the little sample I got of the Josh Rosebrook Cacao Antioxidant Mask. Now, I waited a while to use this sample, and I have a feeling that it was a little bit drier than it should have been. However, I still really love this. It was a really interesting experience. So it's a dark brown mask that you apply to your skin, leave on for a little while, and when you actually remove it, you will see that blood has actually been brought to the surface of your skin. Not like, you're not like bleeding, but you have some like flush of red in certain areas because the cacao in this and the antioxidants actually stimulate that circulation and bring blood flow to certain areas. So that was a really interesting experience for me, and you can have redness for about like 30 to 40 minutes afterwards, and I did actually. And I have quite sensitive skin, so that's probably why, but the redness, once it was gone, my skin was so much smoother. It really helped with breakouts and texture, and I use this mainly during the winter time, so this didn't dry out my skin. I think Josh Rosebrook does masks really well. I've tried, their hydrating accelerator at this point, which I really love. I've tried their hydrating mask, again, really love. I've tried their cacao mask, really love. I'm using their nutrient-rich day cream right now and testing that out. So I've only had good experiences with Josh Rosebrook products so far, so I'm really looking forward to trying more of them, and I would definitely repurchase this in the full size. Next product I'm not going to go too into depth about because I actually just mentioned this in my last video, so you guys can go check that out, all about face oils, but this is the May Lindstrom Youth Dew. Would I repurchase? Yes. It's super pricey, so it would have to be like probably a gift or a big treat myself. This is not something that I would be able to afford to put into my everyday skincare routine. It's definitely a treat. But if you're interested in May Lindstrom and you've wanted to try some of her products and you're like, what's worth it, what's not worth it, I can tell you for sure that Youth Dew is a beautiful oil or serum, however you want to look at it. It really helps to balance your skin, and I was using this during the winter time again, and I was actually combining it with different balms, so like the Blue Cocoon, stuff like that, and yeah, I just found it really wonderful. The smell is really nice, and yeah, go check out my other video if you want to learn more about this. Next empty is the Sun Tegrity Natural Moisturizing Face Sunscreen and Primer. You guys know what a fan I am of the Sun Tegrity 5-in-1 face sunscreen. Really love that it has a tint to it, whereas this one is actually a white, like more zinky kind of sunscreen. I actually had to get rid of this not because I completely finished it, but because it expired, which is the same with some of the makeup that I'm going to show you guys. This is a great sunscreen, however, it does leave a white cast on me, so because I'm already pretty pale, it makes my skin look like even whiter. So if I'm not wearing makeup on top of it, then this is actually not something that I would reach for every day. I would much rather reach for my 5-in-1 from them. It's a beautiful sunscreen. It does its job exactly as you would expect it to, but like I said, you do get that slight white cast, and I feel like for deeper skin tones, zinc would show up even more. So I don't actually know that I would repurchase this just because I reach for my 5-in-1 more. And yeah, I didn't really find myself reaching for this once I had tried the 5-in-1. Maybe this would be better for kids or something like that, but I definitely didn't like the really like zinky look that it gave my face. Okay, we made it. We're on to the makeup section. Thank you for being patient. So the first two products I'm just going to talk about together because they are both lip balms. So the first one is the Cary Grande lip balm. This was in cinnamon, and this second one is the Vis Viva honey and coconut lip balm. The Cary Grande lip balm is definitely, or lip whip as it's called, is definitely way thicker than this one. So this kind of reminds me of like a Carmax equivalent. If you are someone who liked Carmax like me, and you want something that's in the clean beauty sphere, then check out this because it's really good. It was great during the winter time, really loved it. I like the scent, but I think I would have preferred it in peppermint, although the cinnamon's not as strong as I thought it was going to be. As far as the Vis Viva lip balm goes, I loved this. It has lanolin in it, so that's an animal product, so this is not a vegan product, but it really helped with dry lips. So I would pretty much apply this every night, and it was really wonderful. When I would wake up in the morning, my lips would be a lot more hydrated. They would be plump, full, which was really great. I do tend to have pretty dry lips, so for me a lip balm is important. Again, this is a pot just like the Cary Grande one, so that in itself, like, I probably would prefer like more of a chapstick format just because like you're dipping your finger in this all the time, and because I loved it so much I would carry it with me in my purse and like not always wash my hands before, but was a really great product. Would definitely repurchase this. The Cary Grande is nice. It's just a different type of product, so it kind of depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for, like I said, a thick Carmax equivalent, definitely try the Cary Grande. If you're looking for just like a good all-around balm, then try this one. Okay, next on the list is this Vapor Illusionist Concealer. This, again, I didn't quite finish, but it is expired. I've had it for a really long time and it's not quite the right color. It's actually a little bit light for me, which worked because I prefer to use this under my under eyes. That's kind of where I like to use this concealer. However, I have it in the correct shade now and I have kind of been using it everywhere, so maybe it was just like a shade issue that I was really feeling. This is very light coverage. It's not a full coverage concealer, but what it does is it brings a little bit of light and luminosity to the areas that you're trying to conceal. I probably wouldn't use this as a spot concealer. For me, more of like a dark circle, under eye brightness, and like dark patch concealer. So like I have some dark patches on the sides of my face, so it would just help to brighten those areas up. But I probably wouldn't use this over spots just because it is such a light coverage. I really do love Vapor. I love their products. I would repurchase this again because I like using it, like I said, as a light corrective concealer. But if you are looking for something to cover acne, something to cover spots, then I would go for something a little bit heavier than this. Another Vapor product, this is actually one of the first green beauty products that I ever bought. This is the Stratus Soft Focus Skin Perfector. It's a primer and it has a pump to it. They have since changed the packaging to glass, which is really great. The plastic definitely goes through a lot, as you guys can see. I'm sure it's quite dirty, but I did really like this. I feel like I didn't use it as much as I thought I would. I don't know, maybe I'm just a little bit lazy, maybe I'm not a primer person, but I didn't reach for this as much as I thought I would. So I don't know if I would repurchase it, not because it's a bad product, but just because I don't really use a primer that often. So it's relatively expensive. So if you're someone who needs a primer, then check this out. If you're someone who doesn't wear a primer, then this might be a product that you can skip out on. But I'm glad that I got to try it, and maybe sometime in the future I will try more primers and become hooked. I don't know. We will see. But yeah, this gets a thumbs up, but I probably wouldn't repurchase. The next product is from Hint Beauty. This is their mascara. I believe it's called their Nocturnal Mascara. It has a very thick wand, which I really liked actually. I really like the wand. The formula smudged on me, unfortunately, but this was quite volumizing, and that's more of what I need instead of lengthening. I have quite long lashes already, so for me, I just like to build up the volume, and I found that quite easy with this one. But since it's smudged on me, unfortunately, I wouldn't repurchase it. Like I always say though, my eyes are different than your eyes. My eyes are very finicky and very particular, and I know a lot of mascaras that I try that smudge on me don't smudge on other people, so I would give this a try if you're looking for a more volumizing formula. Like I said, I really loved the brush. It has so many bristles to it, and yeah, it just was really great to kind of catch those corners and really build up that volume. Next product is this Be Real Divine Duo Lip and Cheek from Lila Bee. Now I tried a few of their products and I really liked them. This Lila Bee product is a great long lasting blush. Again, it's just kind of expired and gross, and that's why I had to get rid of it, not because I completely finished it. The packaging is really gorgeous and luxurious. The color is kind of my color, very pink. It's a fresh coral color, and yeah, I just found this to be really long lasting, which was super nice. This is also a relatively local brand to me, which is kind of cool to be able to support a local brand, and yeah, overall really pretty color. Next is this Well People Expressionist eyeliner. This was again just expired and I needed a new one. This is a great long wearing liquid eyeliner in the clean beauty space. This I did like a heat proof test on and it works wonderfully. I would highly recommend trying this out if you are looking for a liquid liner. The black is super pigmented. Like I said, it doesn't smudge once it's on your eyes. Really liked this. Definitely worth checking out and definitely would repurchase. So the next two products are from the same brand, RMS Beauty. I have the Living Luminizer and then I have this palette in Pop. You guys know that I really enjoyed this palette in Pop. I thought it was a great product. I wouldn't repurchase it at this time. I won't be repurchasing either of these products. The Living Luminizer is beautiful as well. It's more of a strobing effect, and so it's a little bit heavier duty of a highlight. I really prefer the Vapor highlighter that I talked about with Reagan in that video, so you guys can go check that out if you're looking for some others. If you guys are looking for dupes of RMS products, just let me know in the comments down below and I'd be happy to give some for you. But that actually wraps up my Empties video. So that was a lot of Empties. So I hope you guys had a snack or, or something to drink or something like that while you were watching. I should have put like a warning in this video, like warning, long video. But yeah, we had a lot of Empties to go through. If you guys have any further questions on the products that I talked about, then just let me know in the comments down below. Happy to answer them. I hopefully said whether or not I'd repurchase all of the products. If I didn't, remind me in the comments down below and I will let you know about whatever I forgot to mention. And that is officially it for me. So I'm gonna go lay under my fan and cool off a little bit, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you are having a wonderful month of June so far. It's kind of hard to believe how fast it's going. My birthday's in June and I'm excited for it. But yeah, so exciting month, but it is going really fast. And those are kind of all my thoughts. So I will officially say goodbye. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for watching. And if you're interested in clean green beauty, make sure to subscribe down below. I am contemplating doing 2 videos a week again. Give this video a thumbs up or let me know in the comments down below if that's something you'd be interested in. Let me know what days you guys would be interested in. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night or whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!